All right. So I'm going to put up a video here. Hopefully you can see me. I'm going to be making this right here, or a modification of this. This is what I would refer to as a decoration piece or a delivery piece for people that normally make their income twisting balloons. Okay. I got this. Sorry, I should have backed up long ago to see who it was. I got the original idea from. Now I have seen a lot of these going on right now on the Q Corner 5-day, 24-hour a day balloon convention. Anyway, and because this time of the year or this time of 2020, we're all worried about COVID-19. I am using Lysol wipes, and I actually wipe the balloon down before I use it, rather than trying to get into the crevices after I've twisted something. So I cleaned off the table area with the wipes. I took my balloons and I've wiped them down, and also my hands. I'm not sure if Lysol is great for my hands, but anyway, that's what I did. So we're going to make a modification of this right here. I'm going to make it 3, 1, 2, 3 high, but I'm not going to make it 8 big. This is, we'll start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm only going to make it 5. Okay, I find this is just way bigger than I need. But if you need to make it bigger, you make it bigger. Okay. Also, I have a hand pump here, and I have my filbert pump right there. I bought that a few weeks ago in hopes that I could use it to keep myself busy while the current pandemic is on the go. But it's obviously I can't, because I'm not working right now. I'm sure most of you aren't either. Anyway, enough of that. I have a 360. We're going to put it on the filbert, give it a good pump. There. Okay, so that's just about a full compression. And so how much do I have in there? About 8 of my fingers. Now what I do with this one is like all of these things, I soften it, and then I'll put a twist in, and then we'll see how big it is. Now I use an entire, finger from almost like little finger to the end of the pointer finger right there. So however many fingers that is, that's what we're doing. Okay, I guess I'll just leave it at that. About 8 fingers. Now what I have here is I should have enough balloons cleaned that I don't need to go away and get more. Okay, that's my hope. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze. So I can see I slightly overinflated this. Okay. We're going to wrap that around, and I am going to put that on the clean spot. I'm grabbing some scissors. I left all of my other stuff down in my basement area where I normally do all my balloons, but with kids being home right now, I'm kind of stuck into a different area. Going to school downstairs it is. There, bit of noise, and we're gonna let some air out of that. Hopefully that's about enough. Good, give it a few twists. Turn it into a pinch twist. Oh, fiddle darn. Well, we lost the end of that. I'll have to add to that in a little bit. Hopefully it's wrapped around enough that it's not going to be an issue. So we're going to take our second one. Now I've done pinch twists here, except for of course that one. On the next level, I'm not going to do pinch twist, but if you want to do pinch twist, you go right ahead. So once again, compression, about 8 fingers, about there. Give it a squeeze, and I just keep twisting it around. Oh, fiddle darn. Try again. I lost a bubble. There. There again. So that's 2. Holding it under my arm. 3, 4. Here's our 5. wrap it around. Sometimes I find the first bubble is just a little bit longer than it should be. With a little bit of practice, which I don't have a lot of practice on this, I hopefully will get that correct. I'm going to knock the end off of the balloon, put it down, and then I will turn this scrap into a pinch twist that we will put right where I didn't have enough balloon. Okay, my fault. So there's a bit of a mess in there. If like I have way too much balloon in that, hopefully I'll hide it with the other balloon stuff. Now we're going to do the top level of the balloon, and make sure when, like what I like to do is make these two approximately the same size, and then I have to make the higher one, the third one, bigger. Otherwise you can't really get anything in there, nothing substantial. You don't need to make it huge, but you need to make it big enough that you can put something in it. So it depends what you're making. If you're putting flowers in there, that's good. My plan is to eventually put a flowers on the top and a princess in the middle of it. That's my idea. Then I'm going to see if I can post it on a local birthday page or whatever in my community, and then hopefully I can sell it. Because that's all the balloon twisting we're doing at the moment. And of course I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need another balloon. So as I said, I always make sure that I've got enough balloons that even with a couple of explosions, I will have enough right up here that are clean, that I don't need to go down and grab more and clean them and all of that. So blow this one up, tie it to either end of the where you ended. I'm going to make a little bit of noise right here, bang. There. Tie it together. Get our final portion of the top of the balloon. And as I said, there we go, perfect, perfect. In case you're wondering, that was my fault. I made this one way too big, just enormous too big. So we're gonna take our other balloon, we're gonna redo the top one. As I say to everybody, if you don't like the video, I'll give you your money back, okay? So, soften it again. That's better. With this one, as you can see, I do what I call an entire, right from thumb to the top of the middle finger. So let's do, and I soften it at each spot. I find if I don't soften, especially the few delivery pieces that I do, the chance of exploding part of it are just so great, and that's one of the things I don't like about delivery is the opportunity to explode a balloon on transportation, which did happen to me once, and I was luckily able to somehow fix it before I dropped it off. So anyway, that's my story. Okay, there we go. We have this one here. So I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 right here to our tie final piece on, pinch twist, soften it, tie, and loop that through just to lock it in place. I'm going to knock the end off of here. That's tight, tight, tight. I'll use my scissors. There we are. Good. And I'll just leave that wrapped around a few times. So, what the heck? We'll put on this one has orange. I'm going to use tropical teal or Caribbean blue, whatever color, any color you like. That's just what I'm using. Now we don't need to put as much in this one because we can do, get this to do 2 or 3 where there's orange here. The original way that I saw this done was they used Linkaloons, which is fine if you have, you know, I think they use about 38 Linkaloons in the entire, and if you want to use that many Linkaloons, well, that's fine. I don't have Linkaloons, so I can't use them. So we blew it up, we tied to one of the pinch twists. I put a pinch twist in the teal one. We're going to wrap that in. Now the thing about the original one that I saw them do on Q Corner, like I said, on the 24-hour balloon convention, is the fellow had lots of holes in there where I'm pointing the balloon. I don't like spaces in my balloons. I guess it's just me, but that's just how I am. I don't like that. So I like them to be tight if possible. So I can see I actually made that one a little bit bigger, but that's all right. So don't make these bubbles too big. Now we will, you know, and make this, almost braid this any way you want will be the way to do it properly. But leaving this bigger wild berry balloon up there. Now let's get that out of the way, get that one out of the way. And hopefully the rest will go a little bit better. Hopefully. So we're taking the balloon, wrap it around the pinch twist at the bottom, or you could start at the top, it doesn't matter. Do about 2 to 3 fingers. Do the pinch twist in the middle. And wrap that around. I normally end up wrapping the pinch twist around rather than the entire length of the 360. And hopefully you're following along enough here. Hopefully. Wrap that around once. What the heck, do it again. Comes up our noise bang. They're gonna release some air out of this. So I'm gonna do this one slower and hopefully right in front so you can see it. So we're gonna take the end of the tropical teal. I'm going to wrap that around the pinch twist. You see, I tend to start at the bottom, but that doesn't matter. You can start at the top. Then we're going to do 2 or 3 fingers. There. Then we're going to do our pinch twist. And I wrap the pinch twist around the twist that was in the second level. And another 2 or 3 fingers. And around the top, pinch twist. Wrap it around once and twice. And we'll just pull the end off. Okay. And so we've got 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to take our a second 360. Blow it up. Of course, normally I'd be mouth inflating these, but as where we are right now, we're not mouth inflating. So we'll take our balloon, tie to the bottom. A lot of repetition here, of course. Doing the pinch twist, wrapping the pinch twist around the middle level again. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. And of course, if you want, after you've broken off this balloon, the teal one, you can tie it. I tend not to. I think it has enough wraps that it should be fine. And now we'll just finish this off. Start with the bottom again. As I'm doing the twisting these bubbles, I do make them a little smaller or a little softer, I guess is the thing. Soft balloons tend not to explode. I think we all know that. We're going to wrap that a few times. Pull it apart. There. There. Now, this part here doesn't excite me much, but we'll worry about that in a moment or two. Now when it comes to the balloons on the bottom here, any color you want is fine. This is like the second or third one that I made. I found that I overinflated the round ones too much, so definitely, if anything, underinflate them. And I have my my red Qualitex pump here. I've actually tapered the end down. I'm not sure if you can see that well. I put a piece of straw, like drinking straw, plastic, and I just then taped it on. Then it's easier to put 260s on there or even 5-inch rounds. Okay. Now the way I'm going to make sure to put the same in every single balloon, I put a couple of markers on here. Hopefully you can see. I've got a line right there and a line right there. I find if I just put it to that first one, and we just put it on, give it a push, and that's not very big, but you know what? That's big enough. It's surprisingly, when you put 5 of these on here, these what I think them as basically to keep these tighter balloons off the surface. And these ones right here, let's say whatever color you want, that is that just does it, and it's underinflated, so the chance of it exploding are quite a bit less. And I tie that in. It's not like super tight, but you know, you can see it, how flexible it is. So I find with using the red pump, for me, it's easier to line up the black, put the balloon on, holding it at the end so no air squeezes out. There. Now, I guess if you have if you do a lot of decoration, then you would have a proper pump that had the the timer on it, or you'd have one of those boxes that you see people using to measure their balloons. I don't have those, so I'm making do with what I got. And there. That one. Yep. I thought I might have let a little bit of air squeeze out of that by mistake. Anyway, we're coming back here. We're going to tie these on. I just wrap it around. And then this is one thing I do, is I take the end of the round balloon and I pull it to the top. And I wrap it around that pinch twist. And you can wrap it around once or twice. And I just find it squeezes the balloon together. Like I said, I don't like spaces in my balloon, and that's just a weird thing, but that's how I am. And that was a bit of a pull right there. Hopefully it will stay. If it doesn't stay, well, then I will have to use another balloon to tie in there. Okay, we've got 2. We're taking this one. We're pulling it tight, wrap it around, and to the top. And if you want to, as you go, you can, arrange your pinch twists. I like to have them that way, but if you like them that way, then that's what you do. Right? Just about everything we do with balloons is because that's the way we like it. The reason I use certain colors more than others is because those are the colors I like. Just pull that tight, wrap it around, go to the top, wrap it around. I try to wrap it around twice, but If I'm having a tough time like the one over there, I just wrapped it around once. This one here, we'll see if it gives me any trouble. I think my problem was with this one is that's the start of my balloon and it was just too long. I should have been more careful. So wrapping that around, and then I am going to take, luckily I have the teal balloon, the 360, wrap that around the base. And then I like to make sure I've got it all here. And as you can see, it's all of those things have tightened up the balloon. Well, that one's not the best, but you know, it's not terrible. But once again, that's just for me. So from here, what you would do, if you're, you can tie stuff to the side here. You can, what my plan to do is to put flowers on here and 5 flowers, and then put a princess in the middle so her skirt will fill up this area here. If you need to, then you would take some uninflated or inflated balloons and tie them across here. Or you can take probably either a 10-inch round or 11-inch round or 12-inch, I guess not 10-inch, 11 or 12-inch round, put it in here. It would probably stick out quite high. Anyway, make a base in a floor in there if you need to. And there it is. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully it showed well enough on the camera. And I think that's it for now. Have a wonderful day.